What do you think this means for Dak Prescott?
Well, to me, unfortunately, I don't think it bodes well for him because of the thinking of the Dallas Cowboys. Am I confident for the most part they'll get a deal done? Sure. But in the end, let's dissect what's been transpiring. They've put the exclusive franchise tag on him, guaranteeing him about $33 million on a one-year deal. Nobody can acquire him. They've got a deal. They've got to make a deal with him by July 15th. We know all of those particulars, but they still have the right to trade him ultimately if they want to. And if you can't reach the kind of deal that would suffice in his mind, then who knows what he may want to ask for. You would think that because you've added CeeDee Lamb to Amari Cooper and Terrence Williams, that would buffer Dak Prescott's stock because the Cowboys would be smart enough to say, okay, we've got these cats in place. Let's get our 4-year starter who's never missed a game for us, who's only missed one practice, really, and that made Backpage new, who's been a leader, who's been accountable, who's been reliable, who's been trustworthy, who's been a model citizen. Let's get a deal done with this guy. Let's get him locked in. In the same breath, are they going to do that definitively? They've given us no evidence that that is going to happen thus far, and that is my concern. So to me, the mentality is that, excuse me, we've got so many weapons, we'll be fine without Dak Prescott. I would like to believe they're not thinking that way, but who the hell knows with the Dallas Cowboys? And on a more serious note, my condolences to Dak Prescott and his family for his brother passing away last night, according to the reports. My heart goes out to him and his family. God knows we all know that feeling.
And before I go, I share in the sentiments with Dak, obviously, man, while he's dealing with this tough time. But what I will say is now we can't talk out of both sides of our mouth when it comes to Dak Prescott and more so this draft pick that they made to continue to progress Dak Prescott. On one hand, we asking Green Bay to invest in Aaron Rodgers, and on the other hand, we saying that this is a negative light on Dak in some sort of way. No, this is about them believing in Dak. You bringing in a wide receiver who can add another creative playmaker. Not to mention that they already they had a deficiency at the slot position, so this was legitimately a position of need. When you think about it, they had Randall Cobb last year in this role. So they added a need, they added a real good player, and they added another weapon for their quarterback, who Stephen A. seems to be salty about Green Bay Packers not adding somebody like CeeDee Lamb.
Don't start with me.
Don't
start with me.
Listen. Don't say this. Don't have the opinion that this is an indictment on Dak. And really, I was talking to Max about that because what you want to see franchises do is invest in the fact that they have a quarterback and bring in guys that can create and help him make plays. And on the other hand, Dak Prescott has been offered a contract. This is not about Dallas making him play under a franchise tag. This is about the Dallas Cowboys wanting a certain amount of years and Dak Prescott and his agent wanting another certain amount of years. That's what this impasse is on the contract, as we all know. So the second thing, go ahead.
Stop right there because you're being slick and I'm calling you out. First of all, Marcus Spears accusing me of being emotional about Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you remember, but I remember. I don't know whether it was Pastor Spears. I don't know whether it was Swagoo. I don't know whether it was Marcus Spears. But I do recall seeing somebody on national TV as recently as 2 weeks ago saying that if he were Dak Prescott, he wouldn't show up to training camp. He wouldn't even wear Dallas Cowboy paraphernalia. He wouldn't accept their phone calls, that Dak Prescott should have been insulted. That was Swag. I don't know whether it was Swagoo. It was Pastor Spears
100%.
or Marcus Spears, but it damn sure looked a hell of a lot like you. I think that's emotional. Some would say that's emotional, but you didn't mind being that way. That's number one. Number two, it is emotional. Stop it. You, please. You were huffing and puffing. That's number one.
Business.
Number two, Marcus Spears, in the same breath, even though they should have done this, and we believe it's an upgrade, that's only if you take care of him, which you have maligned your former team for not doing as of yet. So don't sit here being all hypocritical with your position here. All right? Stop it.
It ain't no hypocritical. Does CeeDee Lamb being drafted by the Cowboys benefit Dak Prescott or not? Answer the question.
If he's there, yes. If he's there, yes.
No, I
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
want to hear if he's there. Does it benefit Dak Prescott?
Yeah, we don't
what
wanna
are we
hear if he's
talking
there.
about? We
Yes.
talking.
You said
Yes,
if he's
yes,
there.
yes.
We
Yeah,
talking
but-
about. Thank you, Molly. Thank
Marcus.
you. We are talking about a move that they made in the draft. Further enhance weapons for the quarterback to have. Do you think that Dak Prescott is not going to be the quarterback for the Cowboys this year? You are Max.
I believe he
doing
will.
this
But you told
foolishness?
me, you said he wouldn't show up. You said if you were him, you wouldn't sign the franchise tag, and you wouldn't show up
I
for training
wouldn't show
camp.
up
So
and-
how's he
I
gonna
would
be there
not.
if he listens to your advice?
Because I'm going under the narrative that they are going to get a deal done, Stephen A. By him not showing up and not partaking in offseason. First of all, you act like this is something new for a player not to show up. Russell Wilson said verbatim, I am not doing anything if I don't have a contract from the Seattle Seahawks. This is not anything new in the price of negotiating.
Marcus.
But
I know that.
to the point what we're talking about, this
Marcus.
CeeDee Lamb draft pick helps him.
A year ago, they traded, or thereabouts, they traded for Amari Cooper, and they gave Dak Prescott a top-flight wideout, a real legit number one wideout, to go with a star running back, a star offensive line, lots of talent on defense, the whole thing. The only thing he didn't have is the coach, and that was like an experiment that the Joneses were doing. Is it the coach or the quarterback? They decided it was the coach. We like the quarterback more than the coach. Now they brought in a coach. They got him yet another receiver. There is a lot, and they have not signed him to a deal, but they franchised him. There is a lot of pressure on Dak right now. There are no guarantees that he gets a long-term contract at the moment, and he's got to perform. 8-8 if they don't give him a deal right now. 8-8 ain't going to get it done.
Max, what the hell are you talking about? No guarantee with a long term. They've already offered him one.
Not one that he took.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.